We press the send button at the top. You can see Larry the landlord's contact details are there. Got his mobile number, so I'll turn that on. We've got the email address below. Now, it's just worth pointing out that anything that goes out of Powered Now is tracked. So every single email is tracked. We know when the customer has opened it up, every single text message. These are things which actually we talk about when we get to projects, but it just means that by it being tracked, really you can see what's going on with your quotes and your invoices and your customers. So no more, I didn't get the quote or it ended up in my spam. You can actually see if it's been opened. I'll show you a bit more about that later. You can also customize the subject line. So I've got the new quote from our company name and some information. You can change all of this, but I'm quite happy. And I'm going to press send. There we go. And that's been automatically sent. Now, because you sent that document via a text message, that's delivered immediately. So that will get your customer's attention. The text message your customer receives also has a link to the quote or invoice that you've sent, as does the email, of course. So if you actually want to see what the customer sees, they can click that link and this is what it looks like. Your customer will get something like this. Now for a quote, they can be downloaded, it can be accepted, or can be rejected. When we first started Powered Now, lots of people asked us, why would we possibly put a reject quote button onto quotes? Surely that's too negative. But the truth is, in the trade industry, people do reject your quotes. They just don't tell you about it. And actually, a quote rejection is a really good way of keeping that conversation alive with your customers. If they reject your quote, you can give them a call back and you can just ask them why. Maybe it's the pricing, or maybe they don't like the color, or whatever it's going to be. So you can at least have a conversation. Now, when your customer presses these buttons, this is sent to you immediately. So if you've got the mobile version of Powered Now, it will ping up and tell you the customer is accepted or rejected. Let's accept the quote. And there we go. You can see the status has changed to client accepted. Within Powered Now, it just takes a few seconds for the sync to work. You can see if I open that invoice, that quote up again, the client has accepted it. So it's time to go to work. This is exactly the same on the mobile. If you wanted to view it, all you have to do is go in, press sales. We've got quotes selected. You can see there's a boiler install and the quote details. You can click that. You can see it. And again, on the desktop version, if you hop into your sales, on the quotes tab, you can see Larry the landlord, quote number 2. There it is. If you ever wanted to resend that, you can also just press the send button. Okay, so we've sent our first quote within the system and it's time to go to work. So you finished the work with Larry, you've installed the boiler, and it's time to invoice him.